Hello and welcome to another No Man's Sky video. I've got a lot of tips for this Singularity expedition, but first I'll jump ahead to the one that probably most of you are stuck on. When you get to phase 5, it's probably going to look like this. Don't worry, it's nothing you've done. It's a time-locked aspect of the expedition, community driven, so it's nothing that you have done. But I'll go into that later in the guide. So first things first, start a new save. And as soon as you've loaded in, go up to network. And turn off PvP and multiplayer. The next thing I did is I went to the harmonic interface. The little arithmetic problem basically involves adding and subtracting numbers to get the glyph number. The reason I did that first is because I want to unlock the multi-tool. It doesn't really matter in the class, it has a weapon module, so that's important. Now for this expedition it's very important to stay on the linear path, so you're going to find yourself selecting each of the milestones as you go along. So let's do the Heroes milestone and then move to our spaceship. Remembering to do a little bit of farming on your way there. Remember to pick up that save point because it gives you a chart that's very useful later on. Then you're going to do your crafting and your mining and your collecting. This time you're supplied with a personal refiner, so that's extremely handy. At the beginning I do a lot of collecting stuff, all the materials you need and extra. That includes scanning as much as you can as well. Yes, there's going to be an opportunity to get lots of units later on, but you need some at the start. You can also craft some life support gel, batteries, and maybe some launcher fuel. And if you've picked up that multi-tool, you'll be able to take on something like this, but you might not be as fortunate as me having something like this near your ship, so look for anything you can sell at a later date. When you take off just before you go to space, you can shoot the ground. That's another good way to farm. Then in space you can pop the Wayfarer's milestone. Unfortunately, because there's so many bases on this planet, it may be hard to spot the next location. I had to land back on the planet and then find it. But it's an archive which is extremely useful for the next bit. Because once you've interacted with that terminal, which means you need a microprocessor, which is slightly more difficult to build in this expedition. So pop the etched in glass milestone, and if you've done enough farming, you can simply buy the microprocessor. Then construct the head and pop the milestone. Go back into space and go into the galactic map. You can't jump straight there, so you're going to have to do it in 3 steps. Which is good for the first phase. For the first jump, go to the space station. If you've got enough units, upgrade your backpack. Leave the space station and call in the anomaly. The Twitch rewards don't appear in the expedition anymore, but the previous expedition rewards are there, because you can change your appearance while you're here. Then go to the back of the anomaly, and then pick up that exosuit upgrade. Okay, let's make the next jump, but it might be one further jump for this to happen for you. A freighter battle. Don't bother with the battle itself, just fly straight to the freighter. And then claim it for free. Even though you might not use the freighter for anything, it acts as a really good pin. Whenever you want to bookmark a system, you just put your freighter there and you can jump straight to it at any point. So you can leave it at this Atlas system. When you enter the Atlas, remember to pick up the warp cells. The Atlas will give you the Seed of Dreams, but you need chromatic metal, so head to the space station. Go to the Galactic Trade Terminal and buy as much copper as you can. Then drop half of it in your personal refiner. And if you got enough units, buy stuff from the traders who fly in. Now you can craft the Seed of Dreams. Now it's off to do the first pilgrimage. The Seed of Dreams has given you a superior hyperdrive upgrade, so you can make a longer jump. And head to the rendezvous point 1. And remembering to select the milestones that activate them. On this rendezvous planet, it's a good time to fix and upgrade a Sentinel ship. You can either keep it or sell it for quite a lot of units. So it might be a good time to transfer tech to your Sentinel multi-tool and farm all the Radiant Shards for that milestone. You'll need an inverted mirror for the Sentinel ship. You'll need 16 Radiant Shards. And also collect Atlantium, or whatever it's called, for the Living Void milestone. And now you can claim your Sentinel ship. But remember to transfer your technology before scrapping your solar ship. Oh, and if you've completely emptied your solar ship, just call in the anomaly and get to the space station that way. Okay, Pilgrimage 2. A frozen world this time? This time we have to construct some limbs. Wiring loom you can get from the space station. But the quad servo is a reward from the Living Void. Okay, I'm at the third system for phase 3. You want to go to the space station, find more navigational data if you can, and then buy some maps from the map kiosk. And you want the inhabited outpost ones. Go back to the corrupted planet if you've not been there already. And pop the planetary chart. Planetary archive is good, but what we're looking for is a minor settlement, as that will become very useful later on. So reload your restore point. You should be able to pop that map again. This time I got a minor settlement, so let's head there. Put down a base computer and build a base. You want to build it with some cover so you can dive in for the bit next. Now look for some Gravitino balls nearby. Pluck one, it will activate the Sentinels. Destroy the first two in the first wave, and then get as close as you can to your base before the countdown ends. If you haven't quite made it there for the second wave, start fighting them, there's only 3 this time. So by the third wave, you're close to your base, you got the cover, you can take on the rest. and when the milestones pops, just dive straight into your base. Then you're going to have to refine some pure ferrite. And then find some water so you can get some crystal sulfite. Now you can construct the shell. As you can see, I left my freighter at the last Atlas base, but that's the last time this little trick will work. Of course, if you do that, you don't get the free warp cells. But if you're having problems finding the Atlas, go and speak to Polo, he'll give you the location. We've been given the Seed of Will to construct. So with the personal refiner, we'll turn cobalt into ionized cobalt. And head to Pilgrimage 4. We pop Independent Spirit. We have to find hydraulic wiring, magnetic resonator and lubricant. So head to the anomaly. And at the back of the anomaly you can buy the recipes here and then craft them. You might be able to find them at the space station, either from the trade terminal or the traders who fly in, but if you built a base at a minor settlement, you should be able to buy them from the technology merchant there. For the lubricant, you're going to have to find a gamma root world, collect gamma root, make some creature pellets, throw the creature pellets on the floor, then collect the poop for the faecium. Then when you've made the 2 lubricant, you can make the legs. Now this is where it gets confusing. Prayer 4. Head to the anomaly. And speak to Nada. Then click on Grand Divergence. Then head to the system, the Knowledge Stone symbol. Of course, head to the planet. Head to the monolith. Head to that hidden knowledge stone, you might have to head scan. Then talk to the monolith. Pop the milestone. Then you can do prayer 4. An atlas should now appear in a galactic map. If it doesn't, bring in the anomaly and go and speak to Polo and ask him where an atlas is. Then head inside the atlas. Then speak to the atlas to get the Seed of Life. Of course, then craft the Seed of Life. Head back to the anomaly with the Echo Seed that you got from the monolith earlier. Reveal it to Nada. Polo. And then you have to wait about 10-11 minutes. When the clock's run out, you can speak to Polo again. And then head to the construct. And then plant the echo seed. And that's a lifeboat milestone done. But then head to the construction research station. It's now time to buy a base teleporter, wire, biofuel reactor, a solar panel and a battery. Head to your base and install the resonance amplifier. For the first Sentinels echo, you can do the sweep scanner. But the icon looks like this. When you get close to it, you have to hit the pulse scan. It will then appear, then you can mine it. Head back to the anomaly. Speak to Nader again. This time head to this location in the anomaly. And then prepare upload one echo seed. Phase 5, Pilgrimage 5, quite straightforward. You'll be presented with the reactor. Prayer 5 might be a bit difficult, as the Atlas station might not pop up properly. Go and speak to Polo. Then you can head to the Atlas station. You'll finally get the Seed of Hope. We're at the bit that I covered at the beginning of the video, but I've got one more thing. Now we've got your base on a corrupted world. It's fairly easy to find those echoes, but this time you have to use the scanner. And sometimes you might be extremely lucky and you'll get a good huge batch like I have just now. But unfortunately you can't put them in batches, you have to put them in one at a time. But that's it, it's a waiting game now. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button, or on the bell thingy. And of course, thank you for watching. See you all later.